Peace, peace. Today, I'm doing something I've never done before. All right. This is my voter registration card. All right. Issued by, I guess, Mike Hogan's office. I live in Duval County, Florida. I've never voted in my life, not once. I've never thought about voting. Never had an ambition to vote. I know people died for it. I know that there was so much bloodshed, the civil rights movement, our ancestors. But one thing about it, I grew up on the other side of the tracks, so my lifestyle has been criminality and street life and drug dealing for a long time. So I've spent 12 years, 10 months in prison for nonviolent drug charges, and during that time I actually lost my right to vote. So now think about this. I got on probation when I was about 14, 15 years old. Never got off of probation until 38, 39. So voting just never, ever was a thought to me. I never was able to vote, so I didn't care, you know. But I was fortunate enough, I really tapped into this group called FRRC. You see, I post some of their things. This is one of the flyers. I was out canvassing, handing out, and I also get involved and call people, do phone banking, help return citizens. So I've been pushing for people to get their rights back to vote. The reason, not pushing to get their rights, I've been pushing for people to go out to vote. The reason being because I was trying to figure out why I should vote, you know. And down here, they're locking folks up. All right, maybe I should preface this whole conversation with the fact that they are locking people up for voting in Florida. So if you're a convicted felon and you receive one of these, right, it's some couple cases of people that was locked up because I think they're charging them with voter fraud or something, saying they didn't have a right to vote, but you received a card in the mail. So I receive a card from the state and I go down to vote, and then I can potentially get locked up. I know it's a little deeper than that, but that's all I'm thinking about. So me going to vote right now, which is November the 8th, 2022, shucks, she gave me anxiety, for real. I waited to the last minute, but so I want to read this pamphlet about knowing your rights. You can choose to talk. You can choose not to talk without an attorney. So we got to know our rights. If I go down here and somebody run up on me or say something, I need to know my rights, how to respond. One, I can choose not to talk without an attorney. You do not have to answer any questions, including questions whether you registered to vote or voted. If you answer any questions or make any statements, this information can be used against you in court. You can also say that you would like to consult with an attorney before answering any questions. That's what we need to say. I'd like to talk to a lawyer before I answer any questions, sir. And state out loud that you are choosing you are choosing to exercise your right to remain silent. So we got to state out loud that we are choosing to exercise our right to remain silent. In Florida, this is what you are expected to provide your name to Florida law enforcement if asked to identify yourself, but you do not have to share any additional information. All you gotta do is say, my name's Thurston White. You also do not have to confirm your handwriting or signature if shown a document or a voter registration form. Again, let law enforcement know you would like to speak to an attorney before answering any questions, so that you don't have to answer questions. Just tell them your name. That's all you have to do. You do not have to consent to search of your body or your property. So you don't consent to it. Calmly state that you do not. Now, I do not consent to search, even if they proceed with the search. The police can pat you down, and they can legally pat you down if they suspect you carrying a weapon, which, okay, we agree, or if something illegal is in plain view. But you have to consent. You have to calmly state that you do not consent to the search. You should not lie. Now this part is common sense. You should not lie or resist law enforcement. Lying Providing false documents, running, resisting, touching, or physically obstructing an officer can lead to additional charges. Definitely. Remain calm. Keep your hands where the officers can see them at all times. You should respond to SOE removal notice if you think you're incorrectly being removed. I don't even know what an SOE removal notice is until I read this. So if you received a removal notice from your supervisor of elections, that's the SOE, supervisor of elections, saying you will be removed from the voting rolls, you must request a hearing within 30 days of receiving the notice. Otherwise, you will waive the right to object and be removed. Take a picture of the hearing request form and note when and how you mailed it or hand delivered the hearing request to the SOE. Contact FRRC for additional information. So I'm going to exercise my right to vote. I'm telling you, y'all may not understand it, but this really impacts a return to citizen psych, because I'm doing good with my family. I have gainful employment. I have my own business that I'm running on the side. And just to think that you're gonna get locked up for going down here to vote. I'm taking care of my kids. Shit, paying taxes, and just a law-abiding citizen. And I have this anxiety to go to vote. That's crazy. I didn't even feel anxiety like this when I was selling dope. But this is part of the structure. This is part of the system. This is why they want you to feel like that, to keep you out, to keep you away from the polls, to keep you disenfranchised so your voice don't get heard. So what I'm asking y'all is make sure y'all stand up, exercise your right to vote. If you're in Florida and you have fines and fees that need to be paid, FRRC has programs that's helping get your fines and fees paid so we can get you out to the polls. All right? Not really concerned which way you vote. We just want you to exercise your right to vote. We want our voice to be heard. We want you to stand up. And if you do encounter some kind of issues or problems at the polls, reach out to FRRC. They have set up some kind of way where they will pay your bond to help you get out if you get locked up for this voting thing. My point of contact is Troy. So Troy, he's over Duval County. Reach out to Troy. What they do is call it, go online to their website. It's a dope organization. I've been in their retreat and everything, but I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll let you go. Hope if you watch this far, please hit this like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comments help. I'm a small YouTuber, so people really don't get to see my flow. So if you comment, interact with the page, share it with somebody, another returning citizen that's struggling, they know exactly where I'm at. Peace.